Meghan must answer for her behavior. She has sent emails and made calls. Relentlessly, she misrepresented me, Catherine, and William to Harry, and in doing so, she drove a wedge through this family. That is the plain truth.
Deep within the ancient walls of Buckingham Palace, on a crisp autumn evening in 2025, the air grew thick with unspoken tensions that had simmered for years. Princess Anne, the steadfast pillar of the British monarchy, known for her unyielding dedication and sharp insight, finally broke her characteristic silence. In a rare public appearance captured in a BBC documentary clip that quickly went viral, and addressed the fractures within the royal family with her trademark directness. Sources close to the palace revealed that this moment had been building since the early days of Meghan Markle's entry into the fold, and at 75 had watched the drama unfold from the sidelines. Her observations honed by decades of service. She spoke not with malice, but with the plain truth of someone who had seen too much to stay quiet any longer. The clip shared across social media platforms showed in a no-nonsense interview, reflecting on family dynamics and the challenges of modern royalty. Insiders say her words were a culmination of private frustrations, particularly over how Meghan's actions had strained relationships. Reports from royal experts, including those cited in the Daily Express, suggest and had reservations about Meghan from their first meeting in 2018. She reportedly saw through the polished exterior, predicting a short tenure in royal life. This wasn't mere intuition. It stemmed from Anne's deep understanding of what the institution demanded, unwavering commitment over personal ambition. As the video spread, it ignited debates worldwide. Viewers dissected every word, seeing it as an subtle yet pointed critique of Meghan's role in widening family rifts. The Princess at Royal, often dubbed the hardest working royal, had carried out over 200 engagements in 2025 alone, according to official palace records. Her comments came at a time when the monarchy faced scrutiny over its relevance, with polls from YouGov showing mixed public support for non-working royals. Anne's intervention wasn't about settling scores, but protecting the crown's legacy, which she believed had been undermined by miscommunications and misrepresentations. What prompted this exposure? Palace aides whisper of relentless behind-the-scenes efforts by Meghan to shape narratives, including communications that painted other family members in a harsh light. In Harry's memoir, Spare, published in 2023, he detailed family tensions. But Anne's perspective adds a new layer. She allegedly felt misrepresented in stories fed to Harry, creating divisions that echoed through Windsor. This night marked a turning point as Anne's voice cut through the fog, demanding accountability. The world held its breath, wondering how Meghan, now in Montecito, would respond. Keep reading to uncover the roots of this royal reckoning. Princess Anne has long been the unsung guardian of the British monarchy. Her life a testament to duty and discretion. Born in 1950 as the only daughter of Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip, and grew up in the shadow of tradition, learning early that royalty was not about glamour but graft. By 2025, she had become the epitome of resilience, especially after a health scare earlier in the year when she suffered a concussion from a horse-related incident, as reported by BBC News. Yet she returned to duties swiftly, embodying the keep calm and carry on ethos that defined her mother. Anne's insights into family matters are informed by her unique position. As King Charles III's sister, she has advised on everything from charity patronages to crisis management. Royal commentator Neil Shaw, in a YouTube analysis, noted that Anne's no-nonsense approach mirrors her father's, Prince Philip's, style. When Meghan joined the family in 2018 and reportedly offered guidance, emphasizing that royal life was a job requiring punctuality, research, and immersion in causes. According to Shaw's sources, Meghan sought Anne out for advice, but left the meeting surprised by the frankness. This encounter highlighted contrasting views on royalty. Anne, who has patronized over 300 organizations, including Save the Children and the British Red Cross, views service as selfless. In contrast, reports suggest Meghan's approach was more selective, focusing on high-profile issues like women's empowerment through her Archewell Foundation. Palace insiders, as quoted in the Mirror, interpret Anne's recent comments as a veiled reference to these differences, suggesting that Meghan's actions contributed to family discord. The tensions escalated post-Brexit in 2020 when Harry and Meghan stepped back from senior roles. And in a 2024 interview with CBC News spoke broadly about the monarchy's stability, implying that departures like theirs challenged its longevity. Her words, "the monarchy," provides a degree of long-term stability that is actually quite hard to come by any other way, was seen by many as a subtle critique of the Sussexes' independent path. Anne's exposure in the 2025 video builds on this, pointing to specific behaviors that she believes drove wedges, such as persistent communications that altered perceptions within the family. As the documentary clip gained traction, it underscored Anne's role as the family's truth-teller. Social media buzzed with support, with exposts praising her for addressing what others avoided. One viral thread from user @bqueenie highlighted Anne's early doubts, linking to articles about Meghan's alleged short shelf life. This part of the story reveals how Anne's vigilance has preserved the crown amid storms, setting the stage for deeper revelations about the rifts. From the moment Meghan Markle entered the royal orbit, the dynamic shifted in ways that even the most seasoned observers could not predict. In 2018, shortly after her engagement to Prince Harry, Meghan reportedly approached Princess Anne for mentorship, eager to navigate the complexities of palace life. According to royal expert Neil Shah, this meeting was pivotal, with Anne delivering straightforward advice. Treat royalty as a full-time job, complete with preparation and dedication. Meghan, accustomed to Hollywood's flexibility, was said to have been taken aback, leaving the encounter with a sense of disconnect. This initial interaction foreshadowed broader issues, and with her extensive experience, quickly discerned that Meghan's vision of royal duty might not align with the institution's rigid expectations. Reports from the Daily Star, citing psychic Debbie Davies, claim Anne saw straight through Meghan's demeanor during their first encounters, sensing a lack of long-term commitment. This perception was not isolated. It echoed sentiments from other family members, including Prince William, who expressed concerns about the pace of the relationship, as detailed in Harry's Spare. As tensions mounted, communications became a flashpoint. Insiders alleged that Meghan's emails and calls to various family members and staff often pushed narratives that cast others in unfavorable lights. For instance, in the lead-up to Brexit, there were reports of strained exchanges where Meghan defended her positions vigorously, sometimes misinterpreting family intention, and, in particular, felt her straightforward style was twisted in retellings to Harry, exacerbating divides. A 2021 YouTube video from 7 News speculated on Anne's involvement in racism allegations from the Oprah interview, though palace statements denied any such claims. The bullying allegations against Meghan, investigated by the palace in 2018 and reported by The Times in 2021, added fuel. Staff complaints included intense emails and demands that created a hostile environment, contrasting sharply with Anne's efficient no-drama approach. While Meghan denied the inquiries' findings kept private reportedly influenced family views. Anne's recent video comments, interpreted by GB News as opposing Meghan's stances on issues like boarding schools, highlight these philosophical clashes. These early cracks grew into chasms, with Anne's exposure serving as a reminder of unmet expectations. Her words in the documentary clip resonate with those who see her as the voice of reason, urging accountability for actions that splintered unity. As the narrative unfolds, it becomes clear how these misunderstandings laid the groundwork for lasting family strife. At the heart of Princess Anne's revelations lies a web of communications that allegedly sowed discord within the royal family. Sources indicate that Meghan's persistent outreach through emails and phone calls often aimed to clarify or defend her position, but ended up creating misunderstandings. In Spare, Harry recounts heated exchanges where family members' words were relayed in ways that heightened tensions with, and among those reportedly misrepresented. Palace aides speaking anonymously to outlets like The Express suggest Meghan portrayed Anne's advice as unsupportive, influencing Harry's view of his aunt as rigid. This pattern extended to Catherine, Kate Middleton, and William. Reports from royal biographies, including Robert Lacey's Battle of Brothers, detail how Meghan's communications highlighted perceived slights, such as the bridesmaid dress incident before the 2018 wedding. In the Oprah interview, Meghan claimed Kate made her cry, a narrative that contrasted with initial reports and deepened rifts. And observing from afar allegedly saw this as a deliberate wedge, driving Harry further from his brother and the family core. The bullying probe added layers, with emails cited as evidence of demanding behavior towards staff. Jason Kath, then communications secretary, raised concerns in 2018 about Meghan's treatment of employees, leading to an independent review. The results remain confidential. Leaks to The Telegraph in 2022 suggested intense correspondence that left staff feeling undermined. And, known for her supportive staff relations, viewed this as incompatible with royal ethos. In her 2025 video, Anne's comments on family unity are seen by experts like those on Reddit's royal forums as indirect references to these issues. She emphasized the need for truth over division, implying Meghan's actions contributed to the Sussexes. Isolation. Exposts from users like Catherine echo this, noting Anne's early warnings about Meghan's fit. These revelations paint a picture of relentless efforts that altered family perceptions, turning allies into adversaries. Anne's exposure demands answers, highlighting how private words became public wounds, forever changing the House of Windsor's dynamics. The repercussions of these alleged misrepresentations rippled through the royal family, creating a divide that persists into 2025. Prince Harry, once close to his aunt, and found his relationship strained as narratives shifted. In Spare, he describes feeling alienated. But insiders suggest Meghan's retellings amplified minor disagreements, portraying William and Catherine as unsympathetic, and in turn felt her pragmatic counsel was twisted into criticism, widening the gap. William, as future king, bore much of the burden. Reports from the Royal Observer indicate he was furious over public insults, including those implying family racism in the 2021 Oprah special. Anne's video exposure resonates here as she subtly critiques behaviors that undermine trust. Palace sources quoted in Hello magazine note William's efforts to mend ties, but persistent media leaks attributed to the Sussex camp hindered progress. Catherine, often at the center of controversies, faced scrutiny over her interactions with Meghan. The Netflix series Harry and Meghan revisited old wounds, but Anne's perspective offers balance, emphasizing Catherine's quiet strength. Social media, including Facebook groups, buzzed with support for Anne's stance, viewing it as validation of long-held suspicions. The monarchy itself suffered with public approval dipping in polls like those from Ipsos in 2023. The rifts fueled debates on relevance. Anne's comments in her documentary clip underscore the need for cohesion, warning that internal divisions invite external erosion. Her words, "We must focus on duty over division," are interpreted as a call for Meghan to address her role in the fallout. This wedge affected even peripheral members like the York sisters, but Anne's exposure aims to heal by confronting truths. As debates rage on platforms like YouTube, the family now wrestles with a bloodline twisted by these moments. To decode the outrage, you have to rewind Meghan Markle's story from ordinary anonymity to blinding fame. Arriving on August 4, 1981 in Los Angeles to Doria Ragland and Thomas Markle, Meghan was raised in a stitched-together household, enrolled in private academies such as Immaculate Heart High School. Her mixed-race identity carved deep lines into how she saw the world, a truth she later unpacked in raw essays for Elle magazine in 2015 about belonging and fracture. Meghan's climb in Hollywood started with Blink and You Miss It parts before exploding into a role as Rachel Zane on Suits from 2011 to 2018. At the same time, she built The Tig, a glossy online sanctuary selling confidence and clean living, shut down in 2017 as whispers of a prince grew louder. Her activism didn't begin with a crown. She pushed for women's rights with UN Women in 2015 and walked Rwanda in support of clean water missions. Crossing paths with Harry in 2016 through a shared connection changed everything. A romance on Fast Forward ended in a 2017 engagement, with Meghan stepping into royal customs at first. But writers like Omid Scobie in Finding Freedom describe a collision of worlds, her fierce independence grinding against palace expectations. After marriage, Meghan's patronages included the National Theatre and SmartWorks, focusing on arts and women's employment. Yet reports from Quora discussions suggest some viewed her selective involvement as contrasting with Anne's comprehensive approach. Her move to Montecito in 2020 allowed pursuits like Netflix deals and the Archero Foundation, emphasizing mental health and community. This backstory reveals a woman of ambition and advocacy, but one whose path intersected royal traditions in challenging ways. Anne's exposure prompts reflection on how these roots influenced family interactions. Offering context, Meghan's charitable endeavors have been both praised and scrutinized, providing insight into her royal tenure. Before joining the family, she supported causes like World Vision Canada, traveling to India in 2016 for menstrual health awareness. As Duchess, she championed the Grenfell Community Cookbook in 2018, raising funds for fire survivors and launched initiatives like the Hub Community Kitchen. However, controversies arose. The 2020 launch of Archewell faced delays, and critics on platforms like Instagram questioned its impact compared to established royal charities. And patron of over 300 groups reportedly saw Meghan's efforts as less immersed for Neil Shaw's reports. Public perceptions shifted with the Oprah interview, where Meghan discussed mental health struggles, including suicidal thoughts during pregnancy. This resonated globally, but drew palace pushback, with Encircle viewing it as divisive. Books like Endgame by Scobie alleged naming controversies, including speculation about, and though denied, Meghan's resilience shown in projects like the 2023 Invictus Game and her Netflix series on cooking and friendship. Yet, Anne's video comments highlight perceived inconsistencies, urging accountability for family impacts. These elements paint a complex portrait, a philanthropist whose actions sparked debate, contrasting with Anne's steadfast service. The exposure invites viewers to weigh contributions against cost to unity. The fallout from Princess Anne's video has been swift and varied, sparking a global conversation that extends far beyond the palace gates. King Charles focused on his reign amid health challenges reported in 2025, including his ongoing cancer treatment, as covered by BBC News, reportedly supports Anne's call for unity. Palace briefings suggest he views her comments as a necessary step toward mending family ties, emphasizing the importance of duty over personal grievances. Sources close to the king quoted in the Times indicate he has privately urged all parties to prioritize the monarchy's stability, especially as public interest in royal affairs remains high amid economic pressures in the UK. William and Catherine have remained dignified, with William's public engagements, such as his recent homelessness initiatives, underscoring family strength and resilience. Catherine, recovering from her own health battles earlier in the year, has focused on charitable work, subtly aligning with Anne's ethos of quiet service. Public reactions have been polarized, with social media platforms like X exploding in discussions. Users such as Queenie and 8H Catherine have praised Anne's candor, sharing threads that highlight her early doubts about Meghan's fit within the royal structure. One viral post from @Meghan's Mole questioned whether King Charles should have enforced stricter boundaries, drawing parallels to past royal exclusions. Supporters of Meghan, however, have pushed back, with hashtags like #TeamMeghan trending in response, arguing that Anne's words perpetuate outdated narratives. Media outlets have amplified this divide. The Express ran headlines like "Princess Anne saw straight through Meghan Markle for striking reason," citing psychic insights and royal experts who claim Anne's intuition was spot on from their first meeting in 2018. MSN echoed this, noting Anne's reservation stemmed from a perceived mismatch in commitment to royal duties. Expert analysis have poured in, adding depth to the discourse. Royal commentator Neil Shaw, in a recent YouTube video, interpreted Anne's exposure as a protective measure for the institution. Drawing on her decades of experience, psychic Debbie Davies, featured in Yahoo, suggested Anne's sharp perception mirrored Prince Philip's seeing through facades early on. GB News highlighted philosophical clashes such as Anne's opposition to Meghan's views on boarding schools, labeling them barbaric in contrast to Anne's traditional stance. Polls from Ipsos and YouGov in 2025 reflect this tension, showing a dip in support for the Sussexes among older demographics, while younger audiences remain split with 45% viewing the monarchy as outdated, but valuing figures like and for her authenticity. Meghan's response, if any, remains private. But her Instagram activity in 2025 has included subtle nods to royalty, such as posts featuring Queen Anne's lace flowers, which some interpret as attempts to reclaim narrative control or signal resilience. Experts on platforms like Wonderwall see this as a strategic move amid ongoing scrutiny, while others speculate on potential reconciliations. Facebook groups and Reddit threads buzz with debates, some calling for Meghan to address the allegations directly, perhaps through a podcast episode on archetypes or a statement via Archerwell. Reflections on this saga expose uncomfortable realities about how the monarchy is being reshaped in real time. Anne's decision to speak out highlights just how vulnerable the crown has become in an era where secrets dissolve into headlines within seconds. It forces an uneasy debate between legacy and reinvention. Can something this ancient evolve without hollowing itself out? Scholars recall earlier fractures, from Princess Margaret's heartbreak onward, but admit nothing then carried today's digital megaphone. What comes next could be peace talks behind closed doors, as hinted by family mediators in glossy magazines, or a hardening distance if nothing is resolved. On a wider scale, this moment may strengthen the crown for traditional loyalists, casting and as a final line of moral defense. But it also risks pushing away younger minds who interpret the message as a refusal to grow. As 2025 edges toward its finale and milestones like the King's Christmas address approach, the household now stands at a crossroads. Will harmony be rebuilt, or will the fault lines split wider? Where do you stand on Anne's actions? Could they redraw the relationships within the palace, and how much responsibility should institutions take when healing fractures? Drop your voice below as the saga keeps turning, with fresh chapters possibly written through future royal appearances or Sussex ventures. The spotlight isn't fading anytime soon.